Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Traveled and Balanced. My name is Kim. Today we'll be going over 5 gentle and quick hip openers. We're going to need 2 blocks for today's practice. There are 3 settings on your blocks that you can use at any point in this practice. You can do the tall side, the short side, or the flat side. So in any pose, feel free to adjust your blocks so that you're a little bit more comfortable, so you're deepening the stretch a little bit more and adjusting with your flexibility as well. So we're going to be into a tabletop position. Our first pose is going to be a kneeling lunge. Okay, bring the wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, legs about hip width. Send your left heel behind you. Bring the leg in line with your hip, toes point down. So feel the outside of your left hip spinning towards the floor. Bring the left knee in toward your chest. Step your foot forward. Bend into the front knee right above the ankle or slightly behind. And then start to take your blocks here. Tall side, short side, or flat side. Wherever you are, just frame that front foot. Okay. If you're feeling a little bit more tight in the hips, feel free to walk your left foot over a little bit more to the left side. Rebend into your front knee. Start to feel the gentle stretch a little bit more in your right hip flexor. Okay, gaze out right in front of your mat. Lift with your heart here. The fingertips or the hands are just gently resting onto your blocks here. Try not to dump all the weight into your block. Maintain a neutral spine here. Lengthen up. Take another deep breath in. Good exhale. Lizard pose. So keep your right toes pointed straight behind, making sure the toes are straight. Sometimes the foot likes to stick off to the side. Try to bring it so it's nice and straight. Okay, so with your blocks, we're going to take the blocks to the inside of your foot, walking your left foot over to the left side. Maybe off your mat will feel really good. And with the blocks, you can either come onto the sides, stacking them in a row. Come onto your forearms. And feel free to remove the blocks at any point. Okay, so just walk your right hip a little bit closer toward the ground. Left foot walks over a little bit more. If you're on your forearms, let the head hang heavy. Find a neutral spine here and a neutral neck. Soften in your face. Deepening your stretch. Take your left foot onto the outside of your left heel. Bring the inner arch to lift off the ground. Left knee is pressing away from you. One more breath. Start to walk your hands back up. Bring your left foot back in towards center. We're going to meet into a tabletop position. Hands come to your mat. Send your left hip back. Shake the hips side to side or pet up the legs. Set your blocks up again at the top of your mat. We're going to set over for the right side. Right heel is going to press behind. Toes point behind. Notice both hip points are facing towards the ground. Right knee comes in toward your chest. Step your foot through. Frame that front foot. Make any adjustments. Bend into your front knee right above the ankle. Okay. Bend a little bit more into the left hip. Okay. Lengthen through your spine here. Again, gentle on the touch here on the blocks. Bring your ribs, so they're going to point towards your hip points. Try not to jut the ribs out. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Setting up for lizard pose. Left toes are still pointing behind. Walk your hands up to frame to come into the inside of the right foot now. Right foot's going to walk over to the right side. Set up your blocks or take away the block at this point. Come onto your forearms. Come back to your deep breath here. Find a position that works for you. So maybe this side's a little bit more tight or more open. You can come onto your hands to lift with your heart. Walk that right foot over a little bit more, open up. Come onto the outside of your right foot, press the right knee away. Very energetically here. Breathe to the left hip flexor. Last breath. Come back onto your hands. Place the blocks off to the side. Walk your right foot back in towards center. Come back to your tabletop position. Shake those hips side to side again. Pat out the legs. We're going to come to face the front of the mat. I'm just going to face towards the camera. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana rather. So bottoms of the feet are going to come together. And this is where you can use the blocks again. Again, the flat side or the short side. If the knees are lifting off the ground, this is a perfect prop for that to help with the hips. If the hips are rising and the knees are rising, the hips are really tight, and that's okay. Maybe tomorrow they won't be like that. Maybe they weren't like that yesterday, but just depends on how open you are today in your stretch. So when you're ready, take your knees to blocks or take your knees to the ground without the blocks. It's totally up to you. Thumbs come to the inside of the feet. Peel the feet open like a book. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, come into that forward fold any amount. Lengthen to the back of the neck. Maybe each exhale deepens you a little bit more in the folds. Elbows can gently press into the legs. Take 2 more breaths. Good. When you come out, take your hands to the outsides of the knees. Draw the knees together. We're going to come onto our backs, coming into a figure 4 stretch. Okay. And once you come onto your back, bring your left ankle to cross over your right knee. Either stay here, press the left knee away from you, or interlace your hands behind the right leg, bringing the right leg a little closer to the body. Flex through both feet, protect your ankle joints. Let the back of the neck rest here on the ground. Let the shoulders also start to relax. Deepening the stretch, taking the right leg a little closer. And we'll take 3 more breaths. Good. Last one. Coming into a twist here. So take your arms into a goal post position. Bring the elbows in line with your shoulders. Keep your legs in the air. We're going to come over to the right side. Left foot's just going to press to the ground. And the right knee is just going to rest on the ground. Have the left knee pointed towards the sky. You can also bring your right hand to press the left knee away, deepening your stretch a little bit more. Gaze can come towards the sky. Feel this twist in the lower half of the body. Feel the left hip kind of stacking over the right hip here. Modification for this pose is stacking the knees off to the side. Take one last breath. Good. Once you come back through center, bring the knees back in towards the chest, rock side to side a couple of times. Okay, bring both feet down to the ground. Right ankle's going to cross over your left knee. Stay here, press the right knee away, or interlace your hands behind the left leg. Coming into that figure 4 stretch. Drawing the left leg a little closer to the body if that feels okay. Back of the neck again, nice and long on the ground. Soften in the fingertips. Last breath here. Okay, and then let go of the hands. Let the legs float in the air. Arms in the goalpost position. When you're ready, twist on over to your left side. Right knee is pointing towards the sky here. Left hand can press the right knee away. Deepen your stretch. Again, the option to stack the knees off to the side if this is not comfortable. We'll hold here for 3 more breaths. Once you come back onto your back, bring the knees in towards the chest again. Good. Cross at the ankles slowly. Bring your hands behind the knees. Rock back and forth a couple of times. Come into your seated position. Thank you for joining me for today's class. I'll be bringing more videos like this to my YouTube channel. If there's anything else that you would like on my YouTube channel, let me know. Comment or like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a good one. Bye.